Today we are heading to go on a Facebook Marketplace find adventure. Found something really cool for you guys. Really good price. Gonna go pick it up and, well, hopefully pick it up. We're gonna get there and check it out, make sure everything checks out, and then head back and I'll show you guys all the stuff and my plans with it. So anyways, let's get going. I'm not telling you what it is yet, but let's get going to see this new project. Well, we are back to the house with the project. Gotta grab some stuff real quick because actually I gotta grab some stuff from inside too. All right, now I think we got everything, but we are heading down to where the project is right now. It turned out to be a lot bigger of a project than I was expecting, but it is something that's hopefully gonna be sweet at the end. So we're walking down here now and then I'll show you guys the project. This is my new project. As you guys can probably see right here on the bottom of the boat, it is all scratched up, dinged up, a bunch of different stuff done to it, and that's what we're working on right now. Please excuse the dogs, but anyways, this boat had like nothing done to it when I got it. It came with a trailer right over here. It's in decent shape. Got a few things. I need to add some bunks to the trailer. That's about it. Paint's decent on it. The bunks only need replaced. The lights are good. Nothing really needs done to the trailer. The boat, on the other hand, as you guys can see, he tried pancaking the transom in two different parts of OSB board. The front has a piece of OSB board on it too, which I think may be disguising some other issues below it. I'm not sure yet. It'll kind of depend till I get up there and get to see it. And then the entire bottom of the boat, there's a bunch of rivets that need redone, and that's what I'm currently working on. The rivets seem to just be loose. He put JB weld over every single rivet on the bottom of this boat, and they were bad. So I've kind of went over a few of them. As you can probably see, some of this red right through here. So I went through with new rivets. I drilled out the old ones. I put a new one in with a sealant on it, a red, it's just the color red. It is a 3M product sealant that I put on it just to kind of close the gap on the new rivet. And then my next step, after I finished doing all the rivets and getting everything sanded and primed and ready to go, like just set up and ready to go, gonna get some marine grade JB weld, and I'm gonna go over top of it with like a putty scraper, almost like what you would with Bondo for a car. That's my plan, to go over it, just kind of go over it, make it smooth, and then I'll buff over it or sand over it to get it down to the level and make it look even with the boat. My plan after that is done, I've got to do something with this old drain hole. There's an old drain hole right there that the previous owner decided to take a bolt, put it through with a rubber washer and seal it and do all this other crap to it, and that it kind of looks really bad. I'm not sure if it's going to leak or not, so I figure I'll just fix it while I'm working on it. But other than that, after all that's done to the bottom, I'm going to go through, whether it works or not, I'm going to spray it with Flex Seal, and then after that is when I will sand, get all the rest of the boat ready to go, and then I'll actually paint it the color I want. I'll paint over the Flex Seal and everything else. I'll prime it, paint it, and do all that. My plan is to bring you guys with me through doing this entire process, but that's basically my plan with this boat. Let's go through some of the upgrades I'm planning on doing to this after I get this bottom done. Now, as I just mentioned, I'm planning on painting this, probably something like a bottom land camo, because this isn't going to be a fishing boat for me. You guys probably see in the back of my bass boat, that's the only thing I'm going to be bass fishing out of, other than my kayak. This isn't going to be a fishing boat for me mainly. This boat is mainly going to be a duck boat to get to and from spots. So that's basically all this boat will be used for. So, with that being said, we are pulling this back transom off. We're going to be taking the inside piece of OSB board off too, and then I'm going to be putting a new piece in on the inside, reinforcing that transom, making a transom bracket for the top or having one made, and then that'll get the transom ready for a bigger motor. Other than that, I will also be putting probably beaver tail pods on the back of this boat to help with stability of it and with the extra weight of a motor that I put on this. And from there, may add some light bars and navigation lights onto it. And then, other than that, there's not too much. One thing I considered doing is taking out the middle seat. That way I can put more storage in here for like decoys and guns and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't know if that's gonna be a good idea or not. It'll add more holes that I've got to patch, which isn't a huge deal to me. It's not a problem to me. I can fix them with rivets and JB weld and all this other stuff on it, doing it at least the proper way doing it. But I don't really like the idea of still putting more holes on this that I've got to patch. So the idea with the motor kind of depends on how this thing floats after I get all these sealed. After I'll get all these rivets fixed, I plan on throwing it in the creek back here and making sure it doesn't leak, or up on sawhorses right here, filling it with water, making sure it doesn't leak, and if it does, I'll patch that area. Doing all that will kind of depend on what's underneath the front plate of the boat too, which I will bring you guys over there and show you right now. So as you can probably see, there is a piece of wood right here on the front of the boat, and it is rotted, and I don't even know why it's on here unless they were trying to patch something that was already on the boat. So I'm gonna take this off, maybe here in a few minutes after I get done explaining this to you guys, and see what's underneath it, but I'm kind of worried to do that. But first, before we get into that, I am gonna finish putting some of these rivets in here. Had to get a new rivet gun for that. Had some for the 3/16 ones I put in, but I have to put in a 1/4 inch ones too, and I didn't have a rivet gun for that. So let's get to fixing the rest of these rivets, and then we will see if we have enough time to take this off and see what we're dealing with underneath this plate. Well, these two are now good, but one of the other ones, I've got to drill out a little bit more to get one of these rivets put in. So I'm going to get the drill gun, drill that out real quick, finish this, and then we will see what's on the front. Well, now that that is done, I guess what we're going to be doing is I'm going to bring this upstairs, put it back where it was, since I'm done with the rivets for now, and then I'm going to grab some tools and we're going to check out the front. I did not realize how big of a dent's right here, but it's not gone through and there's no cracks. So I'm hoping that that doesn't leak anywhere right here. Anyways, let's get to the front. Well, I finally got the tools. They put these in here really weird. I think I'm going to need some WD-40. I'll be back. Alright, let's see what we can figure out. Of course, none of these fit, the ones I got. Holy crap! I may just have to try to drill these things out. I think that's what we're going to try. Well, I've got everything off and I've kind of got it patched up. Put some rivets in with some gasket maker, and then this is where there was a little bit of an issue. I'm not sure exactly if this goes through. It looks to be cracked, so I'm gonna figure something out with that. That should honestly ride above the water level, so it shouldn't be anything to worry about, but it's something I'm still gonna worry about. So I may JB weld that or putty it or something to kind of build it up. Maybe do some soldering or whatever it's called. Brazing, I think, is what the exact name, with aluminum. So I may use that right there. But here's the other spot where I put a rivet on. Other than that, I mean, it's a John boat. It's meant to get beat up. As you can see, the bottom's pretty beat up. But it's a John boat, and it's going to be used for duck hunting. so it doesn't need to be anything perfect. So this is my project right here. It's going to be a pretty big project. Got a few things I need to do. Going to finish sanding it all down, and then I'm going to start doing the putty or the JB weld over top of all the rivets, and then I will start sanding and getting it ready for paint. So it's going to be a lot of work, but we've got 2 weeks before the season starts. I'm not going to need it right away. I really don't need it at all this season. I've got one I can borrow if I really needed one, but I would like to get this done. So we are gonna be working on this as much as we can while still being able to fish and pump out content to you guys, but hopefully enjoyed a look at my new project. We will see you guys in the next one when we probably get this thing prepped for the JB weld and get it prepped for painting.